lights, electricity. Humans have so much things in their life, but we do not know to value things proper. From soup dinner to lunch, everything have a value. And with value, we should think about the diversity, forests, perhaps simple things, but also elegance. If humans do not value small things, it's very hard to proceed with life. To proceed with life, it's not always easier, as of course some people might think about diversity usual. To think about diversity is not always easier. Sometimes it's easy and sometimes it's not. It's also the same in Taoism. In Taoism, nothing is very easy. As I started conversation with myself, but also with you, about electricity, perhaps there is also elegance or something related with energy, but it's very hard to figure it out everything. Humans, are complicated. Humans listen to radio and use devices. Devices, ledgers, computers are complicated, but we should not value them more than humans. Did also purchase this on the market in a workshop. It's a cloth. So we will discuss a quality, and it's hard to know everything about qualities. In life, if you don't have everything, perhaps you must just take few lemons and making lemonade. With lemonade, nothing is wrong, but when humans want a lot more, there are problems. Money is design, but to think about finance, you should always think about quality. Every entrepreneur, or under theory, every human with a company should think about some sort of quality. The clothings are only one way of quality, but there are also other qualities. I also build maps. The picture of maps could include fantasy, for example, for computer gaming. But of course, you can also think about safety and diversity. The safety and diversity is also important in light and electricity, like we started conversation about. These starts or beginning are not always easier. Here are also some socks. So to think about those, for me it's not easier. As entrepreneurship, I also like to think about diverse concepts. For example, what humans use every day in their life around the planet. Perhaps socks are something that humans really use every day. Every human. All rich human, or perhaps those that do not have socks, do not use a lot. But rich people for sure use socks. Of course, not all socks are the same quality, as some have bigger quality and some of socks have smaller quality. It is not for sure what kind of possibilities are in socks. I would prefer forests or perhaps Feng Shui mountains. Most of people do not know a lot about Feng Shui or how to apply it to higher science of Yang or Yin. Or some people simply forget that simplicity and elegance is very important not only in kitchens around the planet, luxury or non-luxury, not only in bedrooms or bathrooms, but I think that if you have a diversity, you will also know to value socks or any type of other product. As I mentioned before, I'm not perfect, but I purchase this cloth on the market, and with this cloth I'll not own the planet. But of course I can apply to a fiction. The fiction is not easier, especially if it's related to real science, and of course when we hold something real, we figure it out that it's a real thing. So sometimes it is hard to think about those things, concepts, you know. What today I'm talking about, it's about concepts, diverse concepts. What kind of products or what kind of ideas entrepreneurs should even discuss on the planets they are living in. Some entrepreneurs are also for fiction, but usually not. Some entrepreneurs say that only money matters, but that's not correct. It is not for sure how much importance safety have. The safety is very important not only as a concept, but also as reality. The safety lemon or the safety lemonade. Not for sure what to say about safety. The safety is so diverse that the only thing I could say, if you are going out of apartment, you should go to the forest or on the Feng Shui mountain. Not on the streets and not on the streets. Again, under entrepreneurship, not on the streets. So basically not on the streets. If you want safety, it is a forest or a Feng Shui ways of thinking. Perhaps a mountain or a park. So some people think that sometimes things are easier, for example, how to lead a great company, or in theory, how to make a discussion or conference. Those things also like easy when you chat with the banker, but to avoid misinformation, which think about concepts and how to explain small things, not how to discuss ideas with everyone, but on some days just let it go and to do something perhaps not very, very smart. For example, today I analyzed those socks, and what I figured out that every human is using them perhaps every day in their life. So it's kind of important product and industry. It is both for female and male. You can also do the voice researches on me, but perhaps I'll also do a little bit of a cloth research, which of course is related to a fashion. You know, in a fashion, it's not always a fairy tale. Sometimes it is, but not always. I think when I'll think about entrepreneurship next time, I'll think about socks again. Socks are nothing special for me, but as some other people did partly inspire me to think about different things, I would like to think about socks, jackets, perhaps also shoes. Having ideas, it's not always good, but perhaps in 90 or 95% it's very good, because with ideas people create fortune. Some days it is good to think diverse, or to help or to give support with small entrepreneurs. Some entrepreneurs like to think different than others. The ends are not always good. Sometimes companies are closed or sold to someone else. In best cases, sold out for a good money. So ideas to discuss on every day, it's important, but the images, of course, are some sort of fonts. I observe images as very complex indexes. It's not a parody or comedy, it's a real life. Of course, you can also do research about my nail. It's a blue, so it's kinda weird. Perhaps female will do this type of researches, but what I'm doing researching here, it's color. But perhaps also some other substance, you never know with myself. So this clothing is nothing special, of course, but for today I don't have any other special research. I only have those socks and this small story for you. And perhaps this great lemon that can produce a lemonade. That's not yet a company, but at least is something, or at least idea about how to make a better day or week. However, do not mix with beer or wine. To become healthier as an entrepreneur is also not easier, but to be more fancy, perhaps clothing can help. It's not easy to decide what kind of socks you are going to wear tonight. It is also not easy to decide with jackets or clothes. Perhaps shoes are also a challenge, or hats. You never know for sure with celebrities, as those are very, very weird. So today, conversation was not about Friday 13 or Friday 15, not even about Friday 20th. It is about simple things, non-horror, a bit of a content, diversity of my strange voice, and of course a bit of entrepreneurship in theory, but what I'm holding here, it's quite real. Even if you think it's not, for me it's very, very real. Some clothes, to think about those clothes or buttons, it's not for sure. To think about socks for nature or going in forests or perhaps in Fengshui Mountain, it is not for sure what's imperfection. Perfection is never easier. It's also not for sure about strange miseries, secrets, or lemon. It's not a crime if you drink a lemon, and it's not a crime if you make lemonade. As I wish you to have a great month and have good opportunities and a lot of forest and Fengshui mountains. Do not forget on yourself.